when what was it? Pink Diamond comes out of Pearl's spear Ensig, I was like, that's sick. That is, that's amazing.
Fire. What is that the replacement for?
A mammoth. The blue mammoth.
It's the blue.
You just got that one?
Dog, I always just was like, she did the elephant.
You got the elephant. Yeah.
The elephant is the blue mammoth. Oh my gosh. You know what, guys? I know that I'm not the only one that just figured that out.
Mind's being blown right now. Lora's not able to slide charge over the corner, though, with that down sig. Instead, just keeping that corner guard, but Fiend's having none of it. Oh, chasing down to the ground pound. Lora's manages to dip down low enough.
Yeah, tried to come down there. I cannot believe he didn't try it down there right there. I guess he thought he was going to move out to the right and was going to go for another play, but Fiend just held strong on the side. Back in neutral on the mid stage. Nair hits. Nice job to stay high, but I was going to say he evaded the recovery, but finally the exhausted version comes out, takes him out.
Part of me wants to be really critical of these like spear down sigs that Loras keeps doing, because he hasn't even gotten away with them. Like, Fiend has basically punished every single one of them as he picks up that down sig.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Loras, you know what? He got the first stock, so I can't complain too much.
A down sig. He just sat there and looked at him for a second. Was like, I know you're coming over here. And he was 100% correct. Now, this is almost 100% even. These guys are really, you know, I thought these guys would be approaching each other a little bit quicker, right? This is a slow-paced game. They're really, I mean, as he tries to steal a stock off of him, but, I mean, in neutral, they're kind of just chilling and trying to react and see what the other one's doing.
Yeah, it really feels like both of them are like waiting for that one little moment. It's kind of like in those like westerns where they're waiting for the clock to hit noon and then they start to charge at each other. They're just they're trying to find that one tiny opening for them to go full throttle.
Yeah, they're like, because once they get a touch, like they are ramping it up a bit. Slide, he got it. He got the down sig off the slide. Caught Fiend slipping.
Yeah, there was like 3 times where he primed Fiend with these on-stage down sigs. Then he goes for the off-stage. That time didn't get the gravity cancel. You saw him trying to go for the second down light. Instead, ended up just doing a jump dare.
All right, there goes that Sair. Comes back with a nair, not gonna touch. Now you're on the edge hiding. Wow. I mean, at that point, just do the side sig, right?
Yeah, get that extra range.
Yeah. I guess he thought Loras was gonna leak onto the stage a little bit more, but unfortunately not. He's gonna eat a lot of damage though. Getting into this point, Loras still on the second stock. Looking for the juggle, but the Sair, that was good.
Ooh, ground pound a little late there, and Loras with the turnaround down air. Nice dodge through from Fiend.
He went for the duff. I was looking for a D-like ground pound situation. He went for the duff. Oh my gosh, and that's the snatch-a-rooney.
Loras feeling good about that one. Rolls the die. He's ready to close this one out. Currently, looking solid, was able to put out 530 damage versus the 321 of Fiend. All of it on the spear. 0 damage with the bow. Held it for a good old 2% of that game.
How much unarmed?
37 damage on the unarmed. 36, 37.
And all spear damage. I mean, I was at least 1 for 2 when I was talking about Loras being that spear, you know, pinpoint player, the chases with his Sairs. I thought Fiend was going to bring a spear in here, but obviously he's just sticking with the Asuri. We've seen so much Asuri this weekend, and I can't be mad at it. The character is just a monster at the moment.
Yeah, it is interesting. South America definitely likes to lean on this Asuri. Of all players, I would have expected Fiend to have more wiggle room, considering we've seen him in the scene for a long time. Of course, we've seen his Nash, we've seen his Hattori, we've seen his Thatch. He's got multiple characters, but it looks like he wants to play this Asuri for right now against Loras.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking okay for a bit last game. It was just moments when, you know what I mean, Loras just started to take control. Weapon toss, and oh no. He got out of there clean and just punished. I like it. I thought he was about to get comboed, and he turned it around. Tried to go for a Sair, no good. And there goes Pearly, a.k.a. the Blue Mammoth.
Got it with the spear and sig onto Fiend, and now Fiend a full stock behind Loras. He needs to find a much better answer to Loras right now, because Loras' spear looking solid, his bow looking clean as well.
Yeah, he didn't use it much last game, but here it is. I'm present, hand in the air. I thought he was gonna do a. Where's the bow in light? I mean, nair.
Yeah,
he's not throwing any of them out.
Very good, especially like for that stack up that they had there.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna see it, but 2 Sairs came out. Yeah, I mean, he landed the second one, so now we're back in. He's got the edge guard. Fiend trying to come over and close it out. Went for the D-Light, and it was just a little early. The spacing was a little off, and he was a little early to catch him leaking in with that gravity-canceled D-Light.
Oh, man. Fiend struggling here, trying to find that finishing blow. He's throwing out all these heavy moves. Lores slapping him away. Fiend wanted that hit with the exhausted recovery for the chase dodge, but now Lores up in a big way, sitting on 3 stocks to the 1 of Fiend.
He really wanted that touch, man, and I understand it, but you got to go for the wall. He had a good coverage hitbox, you know, by doing that recovery, and so he just goes to go up and touch that wall, man. It was too much of a gamble. That time he gambles on the signature, gets it, and he is down to 1 stock. You know what I mean? So this is his last chance on this one. You don't want to give Lores a 2-point lead, a 2-game lead in this set.
Yeah, definitely a very challenging spot to be in when you're down 2 games. We don't see too often somebody make that comeback.
The rough one. It is a very rough one. Nice combination there. Caught him trying to go high. Wait, okay, so what's on that sig? I can't remember.
It was an owl.
Right, it is the owl, but for her was...
I think it's just a pearl, like a pearl clone.
Oh, the other... Okay. Nice dare coming out from Lores. Lores taking game number 2. That one was a commanding game.
He is he's running wild. He is in complete control. Game 1 and game 2, all about Lores. This time, putting out more work with that bow. 357 damage, like you can see on the screen. 129 with that spear.
Great stuff. That spear play, man. And then getting to see the bow come out and really do some work. He did a great job when he was off stage, making his way back on stage with it. He did a great job racking up damage with it in his closeout game with his signatures just pinned.
Well, now it's on Fiend to make a very tough decision, right? You're down 2 games. You have a large character pool, but what is going to be that pick? What is going to be the thing that works the best against this spear and bow play of Lores?
Oh, man. A character swap.
Ooh, okay. Hattori. This is kind of like the Fiend classic. This is his crutch isn't exactly the right word, but it's like that comfort pick. Like this is like his blanket that he needs to sleep at night. When everything's going wrong, he has to go back to this Hattori.
You know, if I had the stream on, I would feel like I was getting cooked, man. Dude said I had a blankie dog. Like,
yo, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. If you have a thing that you need to help you go to sleep at night, you know what? That's on you. That's fine.
I need that. I've been telling you, man. Yeah. I can't rest. But here we go. Getting into this bad boy. I can't believe there's a lot of stuff I'm figuring out this week. I didn't realize that was a line back there. Like, I thought
you're learning so much.
I'm learning so much. This is so educational. And Lores trying to teach Fiend the matchup right now, showing him what Pearl is capable of. Oh my God!
He's gone. He's gone. Lores dismantling Fiend. Fiend already down a stock to Lores. Less than 30 seconds into this one.
That was so clean. The way he played that, went down low and then came up on the left of him with the fade to the left and hit that Sayer. I mean, yeah, Sayer, that was so good. All right, let's see if we can get some spear play, something to work on Fiend's side. Because right now, this is just pure domination, the domination station.
And he's going over to the sword, hoping that this will work. Maybe a higher speed sword. Ooh, narrowly reacts in time to avoid getting caught by the Sig there.
Okay,
nice. Air. Oh, didn't hit him with the ground pound.
All right, I like this. This is much better. He's got that sword out, and he's doing very well. Nice Sayer, weapon toss down, but Lores had the dodge in the pocket. Not able to get through that. D-Light Sayer was going to close that stock out.
I like that down sig on the edge there, like kind of a bait out, force Lores to react to something, then ends up picking up that side air. And I guess this is literally what Fiend wanted. High movement speed with a sword in hand.
Yeah, he's doing great with it, so I'm not upset at this swap at all. Hopefully it's not too little too late. You know, he's down 2-0. He's going to have to do a reverse 3-0 to take this set. But, I mean, we're still looking at Lores, right? When's Lores going to get the momentum back is the question, because if this sword stays doing what it's doing, this is very possible to run this whole thing back.
Dude, Fiend's accuracy with down light side air, like, it's kind of crazy how many times he has hit that on Lores so far. But this time, Lores able to cover himself after throwing out that spear down sig, and Fiend going to go down to his potential tournament stock here.
Yeah, maybe that was like his downfall. Being so accurate with it at first made him start. He was just fishing for it for a second there, and it caused him to lose the stock. But tying the game up with a side signature and getting into this thing, going back to the sword, and unarmed Loris doesn't care. Getting some good damage, gonna land in there. Doesn't go for the recovery chase, and now takes over the ground space, lands a sight light.
Doesn't get that nair onto Lores. Fiend yet to get a hit, finally hitting this final stock of Lores here in game number 3. Fiend needs to win this one if he wants to stay alive here.
Yep, got him on the side of the stage. Nice, he's racking up damage. He's doing a very good job, and now he's gonna have to do spear versus spear. It didn't look so good early in this match, but right now he's got control. He's gonna land a huge combo. Weapon toss, tried to catch Lores going down, but he goes over the top.
Managed to pick up the double downlight onto Lores. That's good damage. Now Fiend just needs to finish off this stock of Lores. Neutral light, not going to put Lores off screen, so still has some health to play with.
Ooh, the exclamation marks. He knows when you're coming up. You got to be a little trickier, and he caught him slipping. Last time in the other game, he tried that exact situation, and then I was like, he misspaced the downlight. This time he hovered over the downlight of Lores and caught him. So that is just collecting data and making sure you capitalize. So he's got one on the board, and he's starting to mount the comeback.
Yeah, really good adaptation from Fiend. Like you said, last time got caught by that downlight. This time stayed high above it. Got that gravity cancel downlight to lead to the recovery. And now Fiend's on the board, but he's got to win 2 more. Otherwise, Lores continues on into the top 4.
City is roasting back there, my boy. I do not want to live there. Okay, looks like California, but we got the double spear to start this game off. 2 players, 2 games for Lores, 1 game for Fiend. Side light's good, and he's just racking up damage to start. It's looking good for Lores to kick it off, and now we got that sword. Let's see if he can get that gameplay that he had from last game.
Yeah, Lores just completely winning in the spear-to-spear head-to-head, but Fiend starting to mount that comeback again. His sword play is what won him game number 3.
Nice job. He's been kind of like shy on using that recovery after he lands a nair. That time he just went ahead and chucked it out, and that's getting a read that Fiend was starting to believe, okay, he's not going to do it.
Now Fiend stuck on the spear for a little bit here. Didn't work too hot on those initial stocks. Good patience, ends up picking up a recovery.
Ooh, okay, I'm liking this. He's landing blow after blow. Ooh, right back at him though. I don't know what it is. Something so satisfying about the spear side light. It's just so like the hitbox isn't that big, right? I mean, it's a long hitbox, but it's not like a wide hitbox. So when it hits, it just feels so good.
I just like how straightforward it is as a move. It's like, if someone's over there, I'm just going to side light that way.
Yeah.
All right, downlight side air from Fiend. Potential to even up the stock count. Recovery, not going to connect onto Lores. Not hitting the side airs. Lores still swinging.
Man, he still hasn't closed the stock out. Been a long time coming. Hopefully he can get it soon because he's about to eat some damage. Nice dodge out. Lores committed after knowing he had the dodge on deck, but, you know, force him to use it. That makes sense.
But Lores is putting Fiend into the red on the second stock. Side air, finally, Fiend manages to get this initial stock of Lores, but he is playing from so far behind.
Yeah, I mean, luckily he didn't end up losing that stock before he got it, right? But he is highly damaged. If he can rack something up right now, this will be a really good look. Ah, dodged both together. Ooh. The timing went in Lores' favor. Lands that downlight. See, changed up the timing. That's the same recovery he's been using that time. He didn't wait it out. He just did it instantly and got the KO.
Yeah, just went in. Fiend wasn't ready for it. Didn't have the jump gravity cancel in his mind. Now he's got to play the spear-to-spear again against Lores.
I like that from Lores. He tried to dip under him. He's like, right when he does the recovery, I'm going to come right behind him and see if I can catch him.
Okay, weapon toss to open up.
Whiffed attacks, costing a lot of damage. There you go, he gets a catch. Oh, but he risked it all.
Yeah, went for a big play there on that end sig. Lores, again, trading really well against Fiend. Final stock here for Fiend.
He tried to land the downlight. He's not going to be able to get that one. Looking for the final hit of this game. If he can get a downlight into a Sayer, it might spell defeat. Just a raw Sayer wasn't enough. Skates across the board a little bit. slows that momentum down. The recovery will do it.
And Lorez going to knock Fiend out of this one. Fiend going home with a 5th place finish here at the Spring Championship. Lorez not done yet. He's going to continue on to fight against Wes.
Oh, man. Lorez versus Wes. Did they play in winter side?
Let's click this button and see what happens.
Hard yes.
Brackets, how do they work?
How do brackets work?
Wes versus... Where's Wes? How long? Wes is... Okay, Wes did not... Because Wes fought Ray Zeiger, and who were we just talking about?
Lorez.
Lorez fought News to lose.
Okay,
so, yeah, they did not fight each other at all until...